Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is the first time clicking on a video and checking it out, I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy it, and you come back and maybe check out some of my other videos or my future videos, my older videos. They're all diamond painted related for the most part. If you're returning from a previous video, as always, thank you guys for your continued support. In this video, we are going to be doing an update on my J wall. I'm going to be doing a Wip and Chat. Wip and Chat is WIP for work in progress, and this is one of mine. It's a Josephine Wall. So Josephine Wall is a very well-known artist in the diamond painting community. If you're new to diamond painting, just look her up. She's got a lot of amazing different paintings, and this is one of them. It's called Alternative Reality, and I don't even have the whole thing in the frame, guys. It continues on and on. This is 110 across by 80. It's a very large, and usually Josephine Wall's diamond paintings are known for the challenge. So they're known for how many colors. A lot of them are max color kits, so 200 plus colors, or 150 and up, you know. And the confetti, so the confetti in a lot of them can be very challenging and maybe overwhelming to some. And the detail and the size, so the sizes are very large, and this isn't even by far even the largest. Okay, we could have gone up to probably like 150 by, I don't know, 100 or something crazy. I chose it based on the rendering pictures that I got. I felt like the rendering pictures that I got, this looked like it was gonna work up very nicely. So we'll see how it works up. As you can see, the top row is done. So I'm only finished row 1. I'm not quite sure what day. I don't know why I'm saying that, because I do have all of that information written down here. Let me just find my page on it. So we started it on April 5th. So I know I'm co-hosting an event for the Josephine Wall. It's a Josephine Wall event. So it's an event that's artist-based, which means that we just ask you do a licensed painting by a particular artist. In this case, it's Josephine Wall. And it has to be licensed, because if we're highlighting an artist, the artist only gets paid for their artwork if it's licensed. So obviously we're not going to say, yeah, get any Josephine Wall, because we're highlighting her and she's not going to get paid for that. So yeah, we're highlighting the you know, sometimes you have company events, sometimes you have particular theme events, and this is an artist event. So this is highlighting the artist Josephine Wall, and it's where we all come together who enjoy Josephine Wall's artwork, and we work on one of her pieces. Through the course of the event, it's a 6-week long event. We give out prizes. Now, I'm doing a Wip and Chat in this video, meaning I'm going to talk and update you guys on my life. A lot has happened since I talked to you last, which is why this video is being done late. And you certainly do not have to be part of the event at all to listen to this video. I put in the description down below key links that you can click on to hop over to whatever part of the video is pertinent or important to you. If you're only here because of the event and you know you don't really want to listen to the Wip and Chat part of it, no offense taken. That's fine. You know, not every creator is for every person, and so there will be a time slot for, you know, event information, which will be towards the end. And that's when I will pick last week 3's winner, and I will announce the keyword and prizes for week 4. So we are on week 4 now. Anyway, so I was only able to complete 1 row because of the high confetti, and I'm working on other projects in between. So and here we are, guys. This is what this is what row 1 looks like. It's gorgeous. It's really working out beautifully. I have to say, does it look better in the camera? Absolutely. You know, sometimes I will have a painting that looks the same in the camera as it does in real life. And I will take note of that and let you know. Now, I can see these lights, but they do look a lot crisper in the camera, and that's fine. But they do come through. When I first made them, I wasn't even sure what they were. But now that I know what they are, yeah, it looks like it. Now the tree, this is a tree over here. Sorry, it's so large. I can see in real life. I knew exactly what that was, and it was gorgeous. Here is just like a lot of color transitions, and I think, like I said in my previous video, my interpretation of this painting is this is one world and this is the other, and this is where she's coming through. And so there's just like these color transitions here. Okay. And then we have some doorways here, the top of doorways, which I think rendered fairly well, even just looking at it, not through the camera necessarily. So that's my first row. And again, let me pull this up so you can see how the drills are fitting together. There's no gapping. It's gorgeous, guys. It really is. The drills are beautiful. Yeah, and this way, I had a decent amount of multi-placing over here. Okay, Mugi here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and remove this washi tape. So this is washi tape here. And we're going to just take this line off and we're going to move it down. We're going to move it down. Oops. Okay. We're going to move it down. And here I have, these are from, and I just found out that there may be one full washi tape of just my diamond painting. I don't know. I have to look. But these are from Krafts with Crashly. Okay. And she worked with the artist and her agent to get permission to print up special. This is one of Josephine's paintings. Okay. It's called Rising Phoenix. Mermaid in the Phoenix. So that's a mermaid and there's the phoenix. Gorgeous. I mean, her creativity is just out of this world. I did this one on for one of the events. This is Earth Angel. It's just so beautiful. And then this is a mashup. We have multiple ones here. Like there's something. Okay, so there's a peacock. She's known for her peacocks. I think that this is Josephine Wall. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. But you see the little fairy. Like they did a mashup. This is definitely something. And then there's mine. And she's holding a brush to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put another line of washi. I'm going to cut the whole piece off. And we'll go ahead and lay out my things here. Okay, we'll put our release paper on a row. I was initially going to do 2 rows at a time, but I like to do 1 row at a time. I don't know, that's just, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these as my measuring tool as to where I want to put the washi. Let me get my glasses on because these old eyes, I mean, listen, take the assistance when you need it. You know what I mean? And my old eyes need the assistance. So I normally would have my light pad too. But because this is so big, it just seemed easier to do it on the flat table. Okay, so I see how quick I lost that. Okay, we're right here. I'm gonna just double check myself. going to do one up. Okay. There we go. And we'll just go all the way across 110 centimeters. Like so. And I don't know if you remember or not, but I had said I will not be doing any of the girls. So it's the same girl, but you know, there's two of them, so I'm just pluralizing it, but I'm not going to be doing either of the same girl. We'll save that for the end. So, you know, I will just cut around her and try to keep her covered with this paper here, because I feel like, you know, they're such the highlight of this painting. If I were to do them right away, you know, the rest is just background, and it would make for a pretty boring rest of the time. So we'll do the boring part in the beginning, is what I'm saying. Basically. All right, so now I have my little ceramic pen knife, and you can see that little tiny blade, and we're going to go ahead and cut along. You don't have to put a lot of pressure. Cut along the washi. And I'm going to stop at our face, because then I'm going to be doing some surgery and going around. Okay. Okay, and now let me just lay these down. Actually, move it over. And what my plan is to make each, like, you can obviously shuffle these around for however big you want your squares to be. And let's do some of the Phoenix and Mermaid. So cute. Oops. Just making sure. Okay, and then we can do one more. Well, let me cut around her face here. I'm going to try all right, what I think I'll do is I'll cut along here. Like that. And that'll be that. And then I can do that one when we get to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut down along here. Like that. Okay. And then we'll just keep taking it over this way. I'm getting sloppy. Steady hands, steady hands. Okay. All right, and so let me just pull this off. So I did it up to here. So I'll go ahead and put this down. I'm just mixing them up, these two. So I don't think I'll be using this one a lot because it's so big that I need the squares to be on the smaller scale just because of the confetti. So I'm probably going to be, you know, I wanted them and they're going to be great for other projects, but probably just not this one because of the size, which is fine. I have plenty of the other two. I'm glad I got the small ones. When I was ordering it, you know, I'm not a release paper person in general. I do love how this looks though. It's beautiful. So, and I'm very, I guess my brain is kind of like a mathematical brain where I have to work, like I'm very structured. Like I have to work from right to left and up to down and all the things. So I'm weird like that. So yeah, anyway, that looks so cool. Okay, so I'm going to set us up to do the square and then we'll have a little chat and I will be right back. Hold on. Okay, guys, I had to get my boxes out. I'm like all the way on the edge of my desk here, which I'm not used to. Where is my, my stuff? Okay, so here's my little trash drawer container. Here's my pen from Leopard Leather Works. I'm going to replace my, this is my pen from Leopard Leather Works, isn't it? Isn't she lovely? Oh my goodness, I wish I could sing. Okay, Joy's Putty. She is a sponsor. Krafts with Crashly is a sponsor. Here's my little timer, shindig thing diggity. I need my customized J-Wall trays, J-Wall 2025 holler from BP Gal Creations, also a sponsor. We're doing the white tea because, you know, I feel like this is in London. I feel like this painting's in London. I have no idea, guys. You know, that's where I am in my mind. And so they drink tea. Do you want lemon or cream in your tea with your biscuit? So, yeah, I'm going to redo my, so I'm just digging out my old putty here. And then I'm just going to stabby stab my multi-placer. This is turning a lot. I need more washing. Washing. I need more washing. Let's see here. Get in there and stay in there. Okay, that's better. So I don't know why it's like, it's a little hot in here. Maybe it's just a little stickier than normal. It's not coming out in one piece. I'm like, just dig this out. And honestly, it doesn't matter if there's any on the inside. Okay, we're good there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jab it in there. I like to do this to make it nice and flush. And then I'm just gonna go like this. And then we have that. And then I just shove it in like this. Drinking my coffee here. Okay, let's turn the light pad on because I use the light pad. I don't think that looks too bad. It's pretty sunny in here. And I have all of my boxes. I have 6 boxes. Someone emailed me and asked me if I could take a picture of the boxes. And so, because she got the same diamond painting and she wanted to set her boxes up like me. So I just did that. I just took a picture and I sent it to her. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to share it on the Facebook group. So you guys, if anyone's interested, if you have the same painting, you plan on getting the same painting, just please keep in mind that I did kit up every single drill that came with this kit. But this kit is specifically 110 by 80. So if you get a bigger one or a smaller one, you won't need as many, or you'll need more pods per color. And that each pod holds about roughly 700 drills. So if you divide the total number of drills that you receive by 700, that's how many pods you're going to need. Okay. Yeah, but she wanted the order of my stickers and like what, you know, so I have no problem sharing that stuff. She was like, oh, I know you did all the work and blah, blah. It doesn't matter to me. I love helping. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I should just share this on the Facebook group. So if anyone is interested or planning to get this painting in the future, let's just start this timer here. And you have the intentions of kitting up in this specific container system, and you're interested in how I did it, it'll be there. It'll be there for you to reference. Okay. So it is Wednesday and I was supposed to release this video yesterday. My life has been very hectic. I just want to start off by saying that my stepdad did pass away. So he lost his battle with pancreatic cancer last Thursday. He went into hospice on Wednesday. So crazy, guys. Like, we were there when they came, you know, the ambulance had, because he was bedridden at the time. And he's sitting up in bed and he was in a lot of pain. And when they came to get him, he was like smoking a cigarette, finishing up smoking a cigarette. He had just got done. He grabbed my hand and Bob's hand and he said a prayer, and then he was like, I still got it. And he said, see you on the other side. And they rolled him out and he was waving to us, and like less than 24 hours later, he was gone. They came and picked him up, not less than 24 hours, actually, 24 hours and 30 minutes. They picked him up on Wednesday at noon. And he passed away on Thursday at 12:30 in the afternoon. So that was really kind of unexpected. He even said to me, they told me 2 to 3 days. So it was very fast, and yeah, it was not expected at all. I mean, obviously we knew he was going. He knew that too. But anyway, I'm going to share a video with you guys that I made. just like for a remembrance of him. And there's even a picture of him and Mugi when we first brought her home. So guys, we have wrestling on in the background. We are done making the potato salad, and here's my stepdad and their dog Chewy.
Yo, what's happening?
So I just wanted to tell you that everybody has been praying for you.
Right.
And how have you been feeling?
I've been feeling pretty good, and I thank everyone for all the prayers. I appreciate that. And I have a daughter-in-law that's a nurse that I could always go to and ask for some advice or whatever's going on with my health. But I'm doing pretty good, thank God. My next infusion is Wednesday.
Now I see 'twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear.
All right. So I just wanted him to know he was loved. Anyway, it's been a very emotional week, obviously. And it's just been very, very stressful. It's been stressful. I mean, you know, if you've ever had someone pass away and like all the things you have to do, his sister who lives up north has been coming down very frequently and has just been a godsend in helping my mom try to organize everything. And it's been just such an amazing help. So we went to the funeral home yesterday. His daughter's in town, and yeah, she did a wonderful job in, you know, organizing that. So anyway, it's just been very stressful. And I haven't really been doing much for my challenge because I haven't really been able to get to the gym regularly or like even cook or eat my food right. So I'm just like, this week is a wash. And I'm just not going to stress about it because, you know, life happens and things happen, and I'm just going to start next week. Because, you know, I'm not going to worry about stuff like, I just am not going to worry about, oh, what am I eating and how many calories and all that stuff. You know, I've been going to my mom's every day and like helping her with things, and just haven't, you know, I haven't even been able to get in here. I've been so tired, and I think it's just like mentally tired. Like just, I come home from my mom's and I literally just crash. I've had to take my migraine medicine twice, which is just unusual. And I feel like every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, I have a headache. And I just think it's because I'm not drinking enough water. It's just, you know, it's just a lot of things is happening. And at once. So, you know, you got to take something off of your plate. My counselor from school emails me over the weekend and says, you know, I can meet up with you Tuesday. And if we don't do Tuesday, I'm out of the office till the 5th of May. And I emailed her back right away, and I was like, okay, Tuesday's good. What time were you thinking? And then, because I didn't know what we were doing, and then, you know, they say we're going to the funeral home on Tuesday, and she doesn't email me back. She emails me back at like 11:45, and we're at the funeral home, and she's like, I can meet with you at 12 o'clock or any earlier. I'm like, what? That's 15 minutes. Like, and I was just like, I can't. We're going to have to meet after you get back on the 5th. Like, thanks for 15. She's like, oh, I was just about to call you. Like, what? Dude, just because I say Tuesday's good doesn't mean like all day Tuesday is like up for grabs for you. Like, how about email me back a time? I'm thinking, geez, I hope this isn't how her counseling's going to be through this. So, anyway, oh my goodness, did I just do that? How did I do that? Oh, good. Came right off. Just got all this putty on my... Let me just clean my multi-placer up a little bit. Anyway. I don't know. I didn't even look at my list of things that I had to update you guys on. So I just wanted to tell you this story. I'm going to switch the subject because I'm just going to tell you this story. Bob and I took Mugi to this dog park that we don't generally go to because it's like there's a lot of open areas and then there's trails, and she like when she's on the trails with us, she runs ahead and then she turns around and she waits for us. But the problem is if there's another dog on the trail or something, she might just take off, you know, and her recall stinks. And if she's her best command is stay. So that'll work a lot of times, except if she's in the zone and she like starts taking off, you lost her. Like, she's not gonna stop running and stay. You have to get her before she sees something and takes off. If you get her before she takes off and you tell her to stay, she listens to the command very well. But if she takes off before you have a chance to say it, then she's just gone. And it's just like Bob's like, I hate this place because it's very stressful. But actually, I'm going to show you a video of her in it. I took her there also by myself.
Give me the ball, Hazel. Come on.
And she found one.
Give me the ball.
I don't know what the is.
Mugi, look at your face. Even though he's right, it's a very stressful dog park to take her to, just because her recall is so not good. I wanted to say so terrible, but then I said not good. Like, that sounds better. Anyway, hold on a second. I need to get a tissue. And I have my box of tissues is out. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, we take her there and we walk into this field and there's all these dogs. I mean, tons of dogs running around. Now, normally that's not the case. One of the reasons why we don't like going to that dog park is like the owners aren't usually there just to let their dog run around in like a normal dog park where it's just like a fenced in area and the dogs play with each other. That's not how this dog park is normally. It's normally like the owner wants to walk with their dog on these trails. And so, you know, and the dogs are following the owner and they walk along the trails. And the only time they really stop is when there's water and the dogs will play in the water. And then they'll do a pit stop, let the dog play a little bit, and then they'll continue their walk. So to find a bunch of owners in an open area, letting the dogs all run around and play, that's not normal. But it was happening that day. So we walk into the open field. There's all these dogs and they're running around. And so Mugi starts running around and like they're all going up to each other, sniffing each other and like checking each other out. And this is what I mean by I don't really like this dog park because it's just weird. And so Mugi sees a bowl of water on the ground. Like this couple had put a bowl of water on the ground in the middle of a dog park. Okay. And Mugi runs up to it and just starts drinking. And her face, she was so angry that our dog at a open field in the dog park ran up to a bowl of water and started drinking. She was so annoyed with our dog and I guess us. And, you know, we pull her off of it and then she just runs and starts playing and she picks it up and she looks at my husband and she's like, "Can you rinse it out?" like it was like our child who walked up to her baby and ripped the bottle out of its mouth and started sucking on it. And he's like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Can you rinse it out?" And he had a bottle on his, like strapped around him and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he like pours some water in there for her. It's like, lady, you had it on the ground in an open field at a dog park. Like, I'm sorry, we didn't get to that part of the manual with our dog, like on manners. She sees a bowl of water, she drinks from it. So we'll have to work on that with her. We didn't say anything to each other. We looked at each other. And then when we got in the car, like I looked at him and I was like, "How about that late?" We just started laughing. Like, I mean, you know, and Bob's favorite thing is, you know, there's a lot of miserable people in the world, or there's a lot of angry people in the world. He loves to say that. There's a lot of angry people in the world. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. It was a very, and we're just like, I don't even know what to say. I mean, tell me, do you think that that's weird? I just, because, you know, normally at most of the dog parks that I go to, there's community dog bowls just laying there and people pour water in them and then all the dogs just go up and drink the water, you know. And so that's what Mugi's used to. And, you know, I didn't go over the rules with her at this dog park, apparently. Oh, man. We were just looking at each other like, is this really happening right now? Like, you're mad at our dog for drinking out of a bowl of water that's on the ground in a public dog park? Like, I'm sorry, lady, but you didn't spell your dog's name very clearly on the dog bowl, so my dog couldn't really read it. And then I went there and there was a lady walking these two very small children, and she had a wagon for them, but they were walking and they were holding each other's hands. I mean, they were like literally like 2 and 3. And I was like, what is she doing? Like, people do know that not every dog is kid friendly, right? And you're taking them in a space that's supposed to be safe for the dog to run around. It's not a kid's park. Like, there are kids parks, and you're just hoping that every dog that walks by your kids holding each other's hands are kid friendly, I guess. I don't know. Like, luckily I had seen her and I leashed Mugi. Mugi loves children, but I mean, she's not used to being around them, so I don't trust her not to jump on these two little kids holding hands. Like, you know, I don't know what she's going to do. And she's got big paws. She's heavy. She's 185 pounds. She's got claws on her paws. Like, and I just am like, oh my God, if she ran up to them and scratched them on their face and lacerated their face or something, like, this is supposed to be a place for her. You guys tell me, because I said to a lady as we're walking out, I said, I would never bring my kid here. Like, I would not trust other people's dogs to be okay with my kid. Like, just because my dog is, like, I would not trust everybody else's dog. I mean, you literally look when you're, you know, looking to adopt, like, how many times does it say only okay with older children or not okay with kids? Like, why would you want to risk that with your child? I mean, that's how I look at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally crazy and wrong. And so I said to her, I would never bring my kid here. And she's like, oh, I bring my grandson every weekend. And I'm like, really? Like, so am I the weirdo? I very well could be. I mean, I'm certainly the weirdo in a lot of other ways. So it won't offend me. Maybe I need to change my look at this whole thing. But it's probably because I know someone who knows a story about how a Great Dane got scared because of fireworks at a 4th of July party and jumped up and lacerated this little girl's face, like really cut it open bad to the point where they needed plastic surgery. And that Great Dane was put down. And I'm like, you know, I don't take my dog to a dog park, right, where she's liable to react. You know, children can be very animated when they play and they run and you just, I don't know. You know, some dogs are very prey driven and they might see two little kids and like start chasing them. Like, my dog isn't, but like, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, you hear all these horror stories of, you know, kids getting mauled and stuff like that. Like, I would think that more people would be afraid than not afraid. But I certainly would be afraid. And so when I see that, I just I leave. I end up leaving because I don't want my dog to be put in a position where they could say, you know, she was malicious or I was an irresponsible owner when I'm literally in a space that's supposed to be for her, but is being used as something else. Anyway, last night, I've been an emotional mess for obvious reasons, and as you can tell. And so last night, yesterday, after we left the funeral home, Mugi had been crated for a couple hours. So I had to take her out, and I took her to her favorite dog park, and she I forget what I was going to say. Oh, on my way there, my son calls me, and he's telling me about his day at work, and he said, you know, it was a tough day or whatever. And then he asked me, well, what are you up to? And I said, I'm on the way to the dog park, but do you want to come over later? And he said, yeah, I would. I said, okay, just so you know, I'm going to be here for a couple hours because, like, she hasn't really been exercised today. So I really want to let her, you know, get her, like, expend her energy and make up to her being in the crate today. And when I get home, I'll call you. And he's like, okay. So when I got home, I called him and he didn't pick up. And then I texted him and I was like, you know, I'm home. I'm just going to lay on the couch and close my eyes. Just text or call me back. And I wake up and it's almost 9 o'clock at night and he didn't call me or text me or anything. So I was like, oh, you know, is he upset about what happened at work? Like, and he lives on his own now, you know. And this is how crazy I am, guys. I am crazy. So I call him and he doesn't pick up. And I text him and he doesn't pick up. And, you know, I wait a little bit and then I call him again and he doesn't pick up. And I'm like, why is he not picking up? Like, he never doesn't answer my calls. And I felt like my calls were being declined. Like, because it was only ringing like 3 times and then being shut off. So I call my daughter and I'm like, and she doesn't answer. And I text her and I was like, I'm trying to get a hold of your brother and he's not picking up the phone and I'm worried. Can you try calling him? And she doesn't answer me. And I'm like, please help me. You know how scared I get. I'm trying to get a hold of him. Please help me. Hold on. I got to blow my nose again. All right. I just opened the window too. It's nice to hear the birds. Anyway, I was like, please, you know, help me. You know how crazy I get. And so my daughter texts me back and she's like, I'm calling him now. And he doesn't, and she texts me, she's like, I think he's declining them. See, she thought the same thing I thought. And I said, I was like, you do? I said, I think the same thing. Now, Bob, the person of reason, he's like, Kim, you and your kids sleep like the dead, which is 100% true. He's like, they sleep like you do, which means like the dead. And he's like, he's probably sleeping. It's 9 o'clock at night. He works all day. He's probably sleeping. I said, no, Kaylee thinks that he's purposely declining them. I said, I have to go over there. He's like, well, did you at least text him and say, if you don't pick up, I'm coming over? And if he didn't answer that, then he's probably sleeping. And all this stuff. And I was like, I did, and he didn't say anything, and da-da-da. So I get in my car, and I drive over there, and I have a key. I'm the only one he gave a key to. He's probably going to take this key back. And I go in, and I'm calling his name, and I get up to the top of the stairs, and he comes out of his room, and his hair's all messed up, and he's like, Mom, I was sleeping. Oh, my God. And I start crying. I'm just so like wound up and emotional right now, and I just started crying, and I'm like, you know, I was scared, and he's, you know, he hugs me, he's like, it's okay. And you know, so then, you know, we sat down and we talked a little bit, and I was like, I'm so sorry I woke you up, can you go back to sleep? And he's like, oh, I'll watch a little bit of anime and then I'll go to sleep. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm crazy. And he's like, it's okay. He's like, I'll be honest with you. I did ignore your first text when you got home. I was just so tired. I should have texted you back and said, I'm too tired to come over. And he looks at his phone and he's like, I was like, it's like, even Kaylee said it sounded like you were like hanging up on us. And he's like, I don't know why it was doing that. And he looks at it. He's like, maybe it's because you called me 9 times and my phone was like just auto. I was like, we did. Oh my God, guys. And I'm just like, I don't know. When do you stop worrying? Like, I don't know. I think part of it is just that I've been very wound up and just stressed out, worried about my mom. I've been very worried about my mom. And just, it's just a lot. So I guess then I was like, your girlfriend's going to think I'm crazy. And he's like, no, she literally said that one time she was calling me and I slept for 12 hours straight. And she low-key thought, oh my God, did he die? Like, is he okay? She thought the same thing. But she lives far away, so she can't just hop on over. Oh my God. I need to get a grip. I need to get a grip. Okay. So yeah, I did that yesterday like a crazy person. When my son was in high school, he wouldn't answer me all the time, and I literally would have him like dead in a ditch. Like, because I watched all these ID channels and it was like his best friend killed him and threw him in a ditch. And I'm like, oh my God, what if he got into a fight with his friends and they, or, like, I literally would think that like a crazy person. And then I would get in my car and I would do like my rounds. I would drive to every single one of his friends' houses, knocking on the door. Is Quentin here? Is Quentin here? And they'd like, who are you? I'm his mom. And then when I would find him, I would yell at him, and his friends were like, your mom's crazy. And so when they were older, like, I was known as the helicopter mom. And I was like, at his 21st birthday, he had a couple friends there, and I was like, and they were saying something to me, and I said, well, he didn't answer my text messages, and I just would say to him, like, please answer me. I just need like proof of life and all this. And he still wouldn't answer me. I said, so what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm paying for this cell phone. And they were like, oh, dude, you didn't tell us that you weren't answering her calls. Like, yeah, that's the least you could do. I never ignored my mom and this and that. And they were like, no wonder why she was crazy. You didn't tell us that. No wonder why she was crazy. I'm like, if he had just answered me and I knew where he was, I wouldn't have done that, And they were like, oh. Anyway, he regrets all that. He's like, yeah, I was a jerk, Mom, But, he was a kid. He was a teenager. And at that time, your friends are so much more important than you are. But now, he appreciates, that I always showed him that I cared. Anyway, I forget what else I wanted to tell you guys. I don't know if I told you that my headache doctor sent me a message. I think I did. And now I've been getting these migraines. I really hope that my primary will just keep ordering. I just feel like I don't know if she will, because when I said to her, you know, I have the same symptoms that my mom had when she was diagnosed with lupus, and my mom wasn't diagnosed with lupus until she was older. I asked her if she would just check an ANA, and she wouldn't. She made me go to, what are they? Is it an endocrine? She made me see someone, a rheumatologist. She made me go to a rheumatologist and have him and let him check it. And I'm just like, really? Like, because why don't you just order it? And if it's off, then send me to a specialist. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking you to treat it once, like, so I had to go to this specialist, and he ended up checking a bunch of stuff, and everything was normal. But, like, I'm worried she's going to be like, no, you have to go to another neurologist now and have them order it, which I really just don't want to. Like, I know what my problem is. I know what works. Like, if it stopped working, then I will find another one. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can, I'm hoping that it can be done like that. You know, I am worried because I'm not getting my trigger point injections anymore, because the neurologist did that I'm going to get them more frequently. I guess we'll see. We'll see how much they were really helping. But how's everybody doing? Put in your comments. Well, actually, I'm going to give you a keyword later. If you're not part of the event, let me know how you're doing. What are you working on now? Of course, I'm behind on comments again. I have to go through them. My computer came, and I am going to log into Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, and I'll be able to answer them with my computer, and my computer for school. My computer for school is a good one. My son picked it out. He was like looking at them and comparing them on Amazon, and he picked one out for me, and he was like, this is better than the one I'm using right now. And it was only $400, like $450 after all the taxes. It was like $412 or something. It was refurbished, so he's like, do you mind if it's refurbished? Because you can get a much better one that's refurbished. And I was like, would you buy a refurbished one? And he's like, oh yeah, definitely. He's like, I would buy this computer. And I was like, okay. So he's like, all it means is that somebody bought it, they didn't like it, and they sent it back. And it goes through all these checks, like nothing was wrong with it. They just didn't want it, you know, because you have so many days to send it back. And it goes through all these checks, and it gets certified as, like, you know, nothing's wrong with it. And it's basically new. It's just, I was like, so could we look at it as like the floor model? And he's like, no, it's not even, like, it's even newer than that, because like so many people touch the floor model. I was like, okay. And he's like, they have really good return. Like, you have 90 days to return it. And then it's covered under Amazon, blah, blah, blah. So he said that he picked one out for his dad, and his dad had it for 3 months, and it works great. And I said, okay, do it. Because I think the normal price of it was like $1,800. And I got it for $450. So that came, and it's still in the box, because he said he'll help me set it up. And I figured, you know what? I'm just going to let him come over and help me get it all set up. I don't want to start it and mess things up. And I did see that, because I'm going to Rowan for my BSN, that they do give you access to Word, their students. So I'll have him help me figure that out too, because I'm gonna have to be writing papers. The joy. And I keep, you know, doing research. I've been watching videos of people that are in mental health, because I'm trying to decide. I mean, I have plenty of time because I still have to get my BSN before I pick a nurse practitioner program. But I'm still kind of leaning towards that. So there's been a lot of times where I was like, man, I wish I became a counselor. And now I can. The crazy thing is I was thinking, maybe if I'm going to do all this school, maybe I should just go back to being an engineer. I mean, I know so many engineers that came out of school right off the bat making like 80 grand a year. So I feel like it wouldn't take me long to catch up to nursing salary. And, you know, I'd be in an office somewhere instead of all the stress of worrying about all the ways they can fire nurses. I don't know. I was telling Bob, I was like, we should get a farm and get our own chickens and this and that. He's like, well, you going to hire a bunch of people to take care of the farm? And he was like, you know, you want to get a yard just for this dog. He said, if you got a yard for this dog, she would still want to be taken places because that's what she's used to. And I said, no, I would get her another dog. And he started laughing. I was like, then I'll have two of them looking at me like, where are we going, Mom? We're dying. As you can see, I've been pretty much multi-placing. There's been a lot of multi-placing in this square, which is why the first row I started on that end. But this is just going to be a shorter whip and chat anyway, so I figured let me start on the end I'm comfortable starting on. And I'll finish this square with you guys. I felt like I had so much to catch you guys up on. I guess just because my life has been feeling like so crazy. But I don't know. I'm so worried I'm going to get canceled again. My check was so low because of taking time off for my mother-in-law's 90th birthday, and then the day I was supposed to go back to work, they called me off, so I lost 12 hours of work, 12 hours the weekend that I took off for Mom's 90th, and then 6 hours on the day they called me out of work. Like, I supplemented it. So every day that I work, I get paid 16, but I only work 12. But if I don't work, I don't get the extra 6. And I'll supplement my pay with the 12 hours that I would have worked, but I don't get to supplement my pay for the 6 hours. So I essentially lost 16 hours of pay, which is huge. So, this week, these next 2 weeks are going to be tight. Because, like, my mortgage is going to come out. It's just very stressful. This happened to the nurses one year where they got called off so many times. They actually tried to apply for partial unemployment because people weren't able to pay their bills. I'm like, oh my God. Please don't let that happen. It's like sad because you want it to pick up, but in order for it to pick up, you're hoping people get sick. Like, how sick is that? It's like, oh, I want people near death so that I can make money. Like, it's so freaking weird. It's creepy. But, like, I need to pay my bills. Like, I don't want anyone to get sick or pass away, but geez, oh man, that's how I make my money. Isn't that really creepy? I just like, this is just dawning on me. This is so creepy. Oh. That's why I need to make my money a different way. I need to figure it out. I'd love to get like a per diem job that doesn't have a weekend requirement. That's the problem. Like, most per diem jobs have a weekend requirement. I'm seeing all these ones of the one I just put away. I'm gonna have to pull that back out. Oh my goodness, I missed so many. And I'm gonna put this away and I'm gonna realize I missed a bunch of these. I haven't been to the gym this week. I'm gonna go today because I think that's partly why I feel so stressed out. Like, I'm just like on edge. Like I left the funeral home and I just felt like someone could put a pin in me and pop me. Like, just felt so wound up and stressed, and I had a headache. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure that I missed more than that. I don't know. I felt like I did. But I pretty much know where all these are now, as you can see. I definitely know where the categories are, so if I don't know like a specific symbol where the container is, I know what box to look in. So that's why I like kitting up this way, because it is pretty fast to learn. I don't know, guys. I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to tell you, and my brain isn't braining right now. My list is on my phone. I do know this. I am going to make a will. I have to contact a lawyer and make a will. I remember when I was in the plane. I literally was on the plane, right? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, on the way to Florida. I'm like, what if the plane goes down and Bob and I both pass away? My kids would not have any idea on how to get my money. Like, they wouldn't even know where to begin. I don't want to do that to them. Like, I want it to all be spelled out. Who's getting what? because we're dealing with that right now. It's you know, no will and all that. So it's very stressful. I mean, not for me, but for my mom, which is stressing me out for my mom. Like, you know, I just have to make sure my mom is okay through all this. Like, she has lost so much weight. She has aged so much. Her primary saw her and was like, you can't lose any more weight. Like, why are you losing weight? And she said, I don't know. You know, I've been stressed. I can't eat. I can't. So I just need my mom to be okay. Like, she's in her 70s and so that's a huge reason why I feel stressed. Like, you know, she doesn't, English is her second language. I called her this morning and she's like, I didn't understand what happened at the funeral home. I was like, what do you mean you don't understand? And I had explained something to her about one of the insurance policies, like what everybody was talking about and what ended up happening. She didn't understand. And I said, well, why do you say something to me? If you wanted to pull me aside, like, that's why I went. I'm only going for my mom's assistance, you know? And I said, next time, don't sit there confused, Amma. Just tell me you need to talk to me and I'll explain it to you, you know? I hate that, you know, she was sitting there completely in the dark. She's like signing a paper and I thought she understood. Like, that's why I'm stressed. Like, this is what's stressing me out. Like, anyway, we're almost done. So this is the part that I love. I love when it's like this and I have like a lot of, like, just a few boxes I got to fill in and I'm in and out of these pods. This is when you really get to see how putting time in the kit up is awesome. This is also why I like to use these pods, because you're in and out of them so much that I just think, you know, I mean, I love my Elizabeth Ward, but I don't think I would, I mean, you see how many times I'm opening these. I wouldn't want to have to open and close the Elizabeth Ward quite as often as I have to with these large, heavy confetti projects. I mean, I know some people don't mind, but I need my house. This is why I love these pods, because they're just so easy to open and close. You know, I see a lot of things that I missed. So like I didn't do this color yet. So this is not a color that I missed. This is not a color that I missed. Oh, I see one of the one I just put back. Literally just put back. All right, P is done, I hope. But let me get the moon back out. And then I love this part. Like, I can just dip in there and grab one. I need my upside down A's. We have a few of these. I didn't miss these. I never had this color out yet. I need D. This one I did not have out yet either. First time I'm pulling this color out. D. Okay. Now this color I did have out and I missed a bunch of them. Well, not a bunch of them, but like, looks like 3 of them. This is A, capital A. I did a bunch of those earlier. And then this is the woman's sign, no, the men's sign. The men's sign, 1, not just 1. I thought there was more than 1. And then we need this square triangle one. There's a couple of these. 1, 2, 3. That's it on those. And then there's this half triangle one, which I think there's only 1, so I'm just gonna grab it. And then there's the lines. This one, I see 2. So I'm gonna grab just 2 of these rather than use my tray. And then this moon, there's 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And I see the heart is, there's 1 heart. And M. That M is empty. So we'll go like this. 1. This one I missed. So I had the M out earlier. I did a whole bunch of M, but I missed 2 of them. And N. Looks like there's 2 of these. So I'm just gonna pot dive the 2. 1, 2. And R is right here, and there's 3 of these, so let's just pot dive them. 1, 2. I thought there were 3. No, there's only 2. 2 of those, and then there's this line here. Where's that dotted line? Number 2, which is over here. We need 1 of these. The question mark, which is, I think it's in, no, it's in lines, question mark. And then we have the flower, this flower, which is in nature. And then I have this S, 1 of these. And then 2 of this open square. 1, 2. Done. We are done. We are done. What did it make? I don't know. Is that an owl? No. I think it's just shadowing. Or is it a bird? Kind of looks like a bird in the camera, but I don't know. Okay, guys. So, well, let me see. Let me see. Oh, I guess it's somebody's face. Is that supposed to be somebody's face? Yeah, it's supposed to be somebody's head. Like head, or... because this is definitely that. And It's like somebody's hat or head. I don't really get that. Like a shadow of a person, I guess. So I guess we'll see what this one is. We'll see how that renders, okay? All right, guys, let me pull out my computer. But the squares are beautiful. Look at them. Look how beautiful they line up. This is what we just did. It's gorgeous. All right, guys, I'm gonna set up the the computer, and let me just tell you what is all going down. I have to let me see. So week 3, I asked you guys to put in the word blessed, and it was for Black Dahlia, $10, a DP Gal, $10, a Diamond Painting Deutschland, 15 euros, and a Bijou Bliss tray. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pick that, whoever put that in, put in the word blessed, and we'll pick a winner. And let me just double check. I'm sorry. Let me just double check week 4. Okay, we'll double check week 4 because I know we've gotten some extra sponsors, and I just want to make sure that this list doesn't need to be updated. So I will be right back. We're really zoomed in, and I will tell you what you can win in week 4 when I get back. 1 minute. Okay, guys, so we'll fill this in a second. Let me just tell you, so for week 3, we have the $10 gift card to Black Dahlia's Diamond Art, a $10 gift card to DP Gal Creations, a 15 euro gift card to Diamond Painting Deutschland, and a Bijou Bliss tray. Okay, we are going to pick whoever won that package. And that is with the word blessed. Okay, I'm going to run this in a second. I just want to let you know what week 4 is. And for week 4, you're going to get, the winner will get a $10 gift card to Creations by Maureen, a $10 gift card to Wendy K's on Etsy, a $25 gift card to DP Shop, a $15 gift card to DP with Sparklers, a $10 gift card to Bella Art Diamonds, and Diamonds and Butterflies, Heather, is giving a gift pack. What that entails, I don't know, but yeah, thank you, Heather. I know that Debbie has talked with Heather, and it is like something from her own personal collection. So yeah, thank you for that sponsorship and donation. So that is week 4. So let's go ahead and pick week 3's winner. And I already copied the link to my YouTube video for week 4. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then filter duplicate and filter by word, and the word is blessed. Okay. And the sum is 6, and we'll go ahead and get our comments. So there are 28 unique comments. All right, and then we'll go ahead and start the picker. Debbie Holt. Oh, Debbie. Oh, congratulations. She's constantly commenting on my videos. So Debbie, there you go. Let's see. It says, I am blessed for so many things in my life, but mainly that I know Jesus as my Lord and Savior. My heart breaks for your mom and your whole family. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it. And Angelo would have loved hearing that. And so I'm going to go ahead and double check all the things. I'm sure they're all done, but I'll just remember, if you're going in for a prize, you must have filled out a Google Docs form. And this is all in the description, the links and everything. So it's made very easy for you. And then post a start photo in the Start tab. So it's pinned in the features on our Facebook group. So I'm going to go ahead and double check those two things. And I'm going to tell you that the keyword for week 4's prizes is Angelo. So my stepdad's name is Angelo, and that's going to be the keyword. If you just want to send a little blessing to Angelo, I would love that. So I'm going to go ahead and look at those things, and I'll be right back. Yes, so everything checks out. Debbie Holt, just please email me at kimbaskrafts@gmail.com, and I will get all of your information over to the appropriate people. Congratulations. And she's doing Aquarius by the one with the diamond art, and I think it's a larger than mine. If I remember correctly, 90 by 115. So, woo! Mine feels super, I feel like I could use mine as a blanket, for real. So, guys, remember next week, it's a pretty large prize package. We had a couple late sponsors come in, and we had to like disperse them through weeks. So, and yeah, the keyword will be Angelo. That's my stepdad. In honor of my stepdad, if you could just write a small blessing to Angelo or well wishes to Angelo, I would love that. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Take care. Keep diamond painting.